Hey internet, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a planner flip through video. I know, I feel like I'm a bit of a roll with these at the moment, but they're all kind of different and I can see them working in different ways, and I love discovering new planners and seeing what could optimize the way I work or what works better. So this one, admittedly, I think this got pulled in for me. Like, I saw this on an Instagram ad. They're horrible. Instagram ads, I try to avoid them, but sometimes they're kind of interesting. So I saw this on an Instagram ad. It's the Curation diary, and it's actually a diary that's supposed to feed into your like well-being, your mental health, your physical well-being, as well as hit any sort of goals. The whole idea is just to kind of uplift your entire life and make it better. And I mean, I'm all for making my life better, so I thought I would pick this up. I went full ham. I even got the little tabs on the sides here that you can see. These tabs don't come with the planner inherently. The planner just comes like this. You have to order these separate, but I thought, you know what? If I'm going to invest, I'm going to invest. So by the time you see this, it will be later in the year. I'm filming this ahead of time just because I want to start using it. And if you are interested to see how it panned out, let me know. I can always do maybe an update video at the end of the year. I'm not sure. I'm not even sure if I will use it. By the way, this is by the brand called St. Belford, just in case you were curious. So they come in a multitude of different colors. I like this one because blue is my favorite color. So this is kind of like a teal color. And the cover is this, I don't know, this rubbery but false leather book. It is kind of like a bullet journal in that sense. So I do like the sturdiness of it. But it is not very lightweight. So this is not something that I would not use this for work planning. I would not take it with me to work or anything. This is really something I'd leave at my desk at home. And yeah, let's get into the book. See if I can zoom out a little bit so you can see a little bit more. All right, so you'll notice some parts are filled out because I actually started writing it down, and then I thought, you know what? Some of the information it's asking for me is a little bit more on the, I'm not sure I'm quite ready to share it just yet, so let's do the flip through and then I will finish filling it out. So this belongs to Celina, and then there's a lot of different like notes throughout the whole journal just to kind of tell you how to like kind of motivate you, I suppose. Yeah, that's the word. All right, so the first page is a self-care menu. It is basically things you can pull from when you are either trying to feed your mind, body, or soul, and they have 10 minutes, 30 minutes, and 60 minutes. So I wrote down a bunch of stuff that I felt I like to do. A lot of this got pulled from their website. They do have a lot of guides online on their website to help guide you, because sometimes this can be a little overwhelming and you're not quite sure what to write. So on each of the pages where they do have guides, they will mention that. Also lots of quotes. I love a good quote. So I did pull some of these from the websites, but some of these are also just things that I personally love to do. Some of these 10-minute things, I don't think they're 10 minutes, like hug someone I love. Honestly, I would probably just hug my husband or my baby. That would not take 10 minutes. That would be weird if it took more than 10 minutes. But that is something that would feed my soul. As for body, I'm really into Fitness Plus. I mean, I don't do it religiously, but if I was to do body stuff, I would use a Fitness Plus workout because I love earning the badges and filling my the circles, the rings, that's right, the rings. So that's all that stuff I've written down. All right, by the way, if you are interested in getting these tabs, you will be able to find a really good instructional video and blog post on their website. I will say one of the things I really love about this brand is how, if you want to dedicate yourself to it and really throw yourself into it, they give you all the resources you need to really get the most out of your diary. So if you are a one diary sort of person and you're really looking for wellness in your life, I think this might actually be a good planner for you. Me, on the other hand, I love to customize things to exactly how I like them. So I can see this being really good for some aspects of my life, but I still would need other journals and other diaries to get me through the year, if that makes sense. Like the fact that this is not very lightweight is already one of them. So the next one, and I've covered it up because, as I said, as I was filling this out, I was like, oh, I can't do a flip through if I fill this out because there are some things that I am not quite ready to share yet. And that's not because I'm trying to hide anything or be secretive or private or anything like that. It's that if I share my plans, I'm the sort of person that probably won't accomplish them anymore because I feel like I've already put it out there and it feels like I've accomplished them. So then I end up not doing them. I put it off and then they just never get done. So I've tried to really not share too many of the plans I have in mind until they come to fruition, just so I can keep myself motivated. That's just how my mind works. And also, if I decide to give up and not do them, there's no pressure from anyone to be like, hey, didn't you mention you wanted to do this like 6 months ago? And I'm like, Anyways, this page is the bucket list. So there's 25 items you can add to your bucket list, just goals for the year. Anything you want to do. So I've filled out probably half of it and I'm covering up the rest, but the first two I thought I would share. It's I call like my son Bubbles. That's not his actual name, but that's just the nickname I have for him. Take him to Germany. I'm not Germany, Japan. What am I saying? Eventually Germany, but not quite now. He's a bit too young for me to go through that long flight. But take him to Japan and then take him overseas. So we do actually already have trips planned this year to take him overseas and Japan. I guess these two are the same goal in a sense, but we are going somewhere else before Japan. So I will probably, I think when I hit the goal, I will put the date here, the day and the month, and then I'll just tick it, say accomplished. So I'm hoping that throughout all of my other goals, I can do the same. Now this is the part where I stopped filling it out because I realized I was going to do a flip through. 2023 intentions. I'm still a little iffy on what I would put down as intentions. They have a lot of helpful prompts here, like how do you want to live each day? How do you want to feel? How do you want to focus? I have overall intentions of how I want to live my life, especially since becoming a mom. It's become really clear to me. Things like setting boundaries, things like being honest, things like being kind, all this sort of stuff. But it's not just 2023, right? That's just generally how I want to live my life. So I'm not quite sure how to fill this out just yet. Then on this section here, you have specific missions. So if you watch my vlog channel, then you may already have seen one of my missions, which I probably could have filled out here, but I just didn't. And that is to really invest myself in my sticker shop a lot more. And that would have been so obvious by the fact that I've been releasing release videos. I just really want to stay on top of it. I've been more active on Instagram. I just really want my sticker shop to get to a level where I feel it gives me a little bit of financial freedom to spend more time with my son. That's ultimately the goal. It would be amazing if it could be something I could do and so I could not have to send him to daycare and just be at home with him. I don't know if that's realistic, but if it could at least take a few days off my plate so that I could still do my day job, but I could still be there for my son and just, you know, just physically be there, because a lot of the stuff, obviously sticker shop stuff I do at home, I can just physically be at home with him. And by the way, that was not a dig at daycare. The parenting world is just so controversial, so I'm always kind of careful with what I try to say. Daycare is fine as long as you find a really good one, but we have options. Like my parents are happy to help. Toby's just taking some time off, so it's not like he's going to be abandoned on the side of the street when I go to work. But I just want to be more free with my time so that I can be more present with him, take him to activities, just spend more one-on-one time. So one of my big missions for 2023 is to bring up the sticker shop so that I do have more time to be a mum to my son, which, I don't know, is probably one of the most meaningful goals I have so far. And I do have a few other goals. That's probably the strongest one I have, but I'm not sure. Yeah, you can write like, what is it, 4 missions? How many missions can you have? There's quite a few, right? 4, 5, 6 missions. I don't know if I have 6 missions, maybe 2. No, I've probably got more than 2, but like the sticker shop is probably a very clear one. The rest are kind of like one day, maybe not 2023. So I will probably fill that out later on. And then the next section is around habits and maintaining habits. This one is a little bit more, I was really into habits for a long time the last few years, now less so. So I don't know if I will fill this out. I don't really have a habit I'm trying to give myself. I have found that when the need rises, the habit changes accordingly. I'm not really force a habit. For example, eating healthy. I have always wanted to eat healthy, and that was a habit I wanted to introduce, but I was always lazy about it. I was like, I'll eat healthy today, and then the next day I would be sad for some reason and then eat unhealthy. Well, when I got gestational diabetes, I didn't have a choice. I had to eat healthy. And so I just cold turkey started eating healthy. And now that I'm no longer pregnant, so I hopefully don't have diabetes anymore. I still need to actually get my blood checked. But I generally eat healthy now because my habit has just changed through that enforcement. So I'm beginning to think that's how my habits will change. All right, so this next section is around savings, finance. This is probably going to remain blank for me. I have whole spreadsheets and stuff that I use for finance. I'm like really passionate about investing in finance. I just don't really talk about it because I'm not a financial analyst, so I don't think I can give you financial advice, but it's been a big topic of my life for a very long time. Big passion of my life for a long time, but I don't really want to write it down in a book. I don't know. I already have a system in place. I really don't need this. So, but it's there if you want to use it. All right, so now we have the monthly view. And it is starting on Monday, which I like. Yeah, and they do have a lot of public holidays. By the way, I'm not sure if I mentioned, I'm pretty sure this is an Australian brand. I should have mentioned that at the start because I know that a lot of my audience, like the people who watch my videos, are not necessarily based in Australia, but Curation and St. Belford is an Australian brand. That's why you'll see a lot of Australian holidays here, like Labor Day for Western Australia, Easter Tuesday for Tassie, Anzac Day. I mean, I don't think anyone celebrates Anzac Day except for Australia and New Zealand. It's to commemorate the war veterans for World War I and II. So I think World War I specifically though, because it was a heavier involvement there. But yeah, so that's the monthly view. So we'll skip right through that. And then now we are starting the actual weeks. So at the start of every month, they have a gratitude reflection, drawing board for just note taking, missions in progress, so you can refer to the missions that you had set up previously, and then just any like scheduling planner. If you have swim class, I know that for Bubs, we take him swimming now. He also has like a baby gym class. I mean, the amount of classes you can enroll a baby into is insane. There's just so much money to be made for people out there who are willing to set up these classes for moms who are all on maternity leave and want the best for their babies. So there's a lot of stuff going on. Then you can have the weekly view, just a few notes for the week, and then a to-do list. I think this is to write down your heart rate if you're trying to monitor and track your heart rate. And then you also have the habit tracker up here, so any of the habits maybe you referred to before you can put here and then just mark off on the days that you accomplish them. Okay, this is like a week thing, right? Oh, right. I thought this was the start of the month, but actually it's like every week you would fill this out. Man, this is a very involved planner. Okay, so yeah, every week you set your gratitude, drawing board, missions, progress, how you're going, and then your schedule. That makes total sense, but also, man, that's a lot. All right, so that just goes on right up until December. And then end of the year. I'm trying to get to the end. All right, so final week of December, and then we have 2023 reflection. Identify a list of 20% of people. Okay, just stuff to reflect on, I suppose. Okay, so this is like positive feelings for 2023, negative feelings for 2023, additional insights for 2023, list the 3 biggest takeaways from 2023. And then I have another tab here called memories. So I think just any memories that you have, you can write down. Again, I already kind of do this in my memory keep planner, so I don't think I'm going to use this part. And then a little bit of note paper at the back. So that's the entire planner. I don't know what you guys think. It is pretty extensive. I am definitely going to give it a shot. I am really keen to see if it does help with my goal setting. I feel though that I'm kind of already looking at this thinking from the outset. I'm like, I can see myself doing this initially. I don't know if it's something I will keep up because I already kind of do some of this in my Hobonichi, which I'm actually happy with how I do it there. So it's kind of, I don't want to duplicate my work. That was like a big thing for 2023. I don't want to be duplicating for the sake of duplicating, but I might try it solidly committed for like 1 or 2 months so I can give my honest thoughts at the end of the year. But yeah, anyways, that's the entire Flipthrough video. I hope you guys found the video useful. Thank you so much for watching. This is Celina reporting from my room. Back to you, internet.